What is up, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Exit Light. We are here in what will be the shadow of Cassell Coliseum when the sun comes up. The moon is bright, the air is chilly, and it is senior day for Virginia Tech women's basketball. It is cold, it is bitter. The college game day bus is parked just across the street, and there are about 50 kids, 50 college students out here ready to go, ready to get loud and show the world what Blacksburg and Virginia Tech is all about. It's a huge day for Virginia Tech women's basketball with a huge game on tap against North Carolina. Um, we're excited to quickly break it down, talk about some key points, talk to some students that are out here, get some insight on our favorite Hokie memories with our seniors. But first things first, we have a huge game against North Carolina coming up at 2 o'clock today with the number one seed on the line if Virginia Tech should pull out a victory. I'm here with Colin, Zach, and Zach once again. We're bundled up, cold, layered up, and we're ready to go. So, Zach Ellis, take the show away, and let's talk about some UNC. What are your key points for the game?
First off, really excited to be here. It's a little cold, but it should be a battle here. We went to UNC a couple weeks ago and went to overtime. So I think Lexi Donarski, we got to contain her from shooting that three. She shot really well against NC State. And then their X Factor, that girl, I think it's Zero Zelaya. She's got a funky form, but she hit some shots against NC State. So Liz being able to go out and contest that three-pointer, that's going to be a big point for us.
Yeah, I'd have to say that I agree. When we played North Carolina in Carmichael Arena at the beginning of February, it turned out to be one of those defensive slugfests. And Courtney Banghart really, laid the wood down at the end and decided to say that Virginia Tech did not play defense well. And I kind of think that's going to have to come to fruition again for Virginia Tech. They're going to need to lock down defensively and really show out on the defensive side of the ball. Lexi Donarski can shoot the three. Zelaya can shoot the three from the top of the key insanely well. She's hit like 9 shots in the season. I think just about all of them have been threes. Deja Kelly is an X factor for the Tar Heels. And it's going to really come down to just locking them up all game. You're going to need Kayla King to really do her thing. You're going to need Matilda Eck to play good defense. You're going to need good minutes from Carly Wenzel and Karis Baker, Clara Strack to really do their thing. Let's talk about a little bit offensively, though, because I feel like the story of the game is going to be the defensive side of the ball for the Hokies. But in order for Virginia Tech to win in front of what is going to be probably the biggest, most loudest, rockinest crowd in Virginia Tech women's basketball history, what are they going to need to do on the offensive side to win?
I think it's going to have to come down to Liz Kitley just keep doing her thing. I got no clue how many points she's averaging the past month of February, but I'm sure it's boatload. So we're going to have her keep doing that. She's been grabbing a bunch of offensive boards along with Strack. So offensive rebound is definitely going to help this team as it has been doing this entire month and lately the last 2 months of the season. And obviously hitting their threes. And, C-Dub's been really coming along on offense as well. That's been huge. You're getting some good minutes out of Baker, who's also hitting her shots. So everybody just keep doing what they're doing and playing at a high efficiency. And I think we're going to get through this one and we should be all good.
Season high, 36 points for Liz Kitley incoming.
I also think it's just going to be key to keep Georgia hot from beyond the arc. As long as she hits her shots and Kayla's hitting her shots, the Hokies should be pretty good offensively.
As the sun is starting to rise here in front of Cassell Coliseum, you kind of think that tonight's game is going to be one of those games where if Virginia Tech stays as hot as they were against Louisville on Sunday, I believe it's going to be one of those games that Virginia Tech can win. To be completely honest, there's going to be a lot of external factors here today. You have senior day, you have college game day coming to Blacksburg for the first time in general since like 2007, and the first time in Virginia Tech women's basketball history today. The bus is parked out just across the street here at Cassell, and it's hard. It's hard as a fan not to realize this game is just a little bit bigger than normal. But at the end of the day, like I fully believe in Kenny Brooks and the staff and all the players on our team, the veteran presence that they're going to come in locked in, ready to go. And it's going to be one of those things that they're really going to have to lock in and get ready. We just joined by our good friend Lucas Miller, one of our friends of the podcast, and he's here to give some insight as well, making our first ever guest appearance. Lucas, we're just giving a little bit of talk about like the key points for the game. We've talked about defensively and being able to lock up Zelaya, being able to lock up Deja Kelly, Alyssa Usby, Lexi Donarski, etc. We talked a little bit about just making sure we're shooting the ball hot from three. And we talked a little bit about like just managing the external factors. If you have another key point for the game, hit us with it.
I mean, it's got to be to get Liz Kitley rolling, right? I mean, off the bat, I mean, when you got such a height advantage in the game, I mean, it's just undeniable the advantage that we have when we have Liz Kitley, and with the passing that Georgia can do, and just all around the arc and dishing out to Liz in the middle with her step back turnaround jumper. I mean, come on, it doesn't get better than that in the game. No one's better. They're just too small.
At the end of the day, the two words of the day is going to be too small. I don't think there's a single player in the ACC, maybe in the country, that can guard Liz Kitley. And it feels like a perfect transition to talk about Liz Kitley, who is playing, without a doubt, her final regular season game in Cassell with Virginia Tech. It's been a crazy and a beautiful 5 years for Virginia Tech in Blacksburg with Liz Kitley, kind of just holding down the court for us. And it's one of those things that we talked about in the last episode, but it's bittersweet to have to say goodbye to her, at least in the regular season at the end of the day. Let's talk a little bit just about like what Liz Kitley has brung to Virginia Tech, and like what she has done for the program, given this being her final game.
Well, aside from being arguably one of the best players in program history, she's really just overall brought this whole community of Blacksburg and students together as a whole. I mean, I feel that her along with others have really just brought a lot of energy here, and you're seeing more people like come together and enjoy time in Cassell, and just really experience everything that they've been doing on the court as well. So she's really brought just a great culture to this awesome campus, and obviously she's been playing great. So it's been, I mean, I think Jackson said it best, 4.5 billion years, and we just happen to exist at the same time she's playing at Virginia Tech. So it's been great to kind of just see her. I mean, I know when I first saw her last year play for the first time, it was like, oh my gosh, the girl is unstoppable. Everybody's just way too small. So it's just been great. She's brought something special that you just don't really get anywhere else. So that's the best way I can sum it up here.
I think Zach said it really good. Just the fact that we got to watch Liz Kitley be at the top of her game while here at Virginia Tech. I fully expect that someday they will retire 33. But I think the entire Virginia Tech community is in consensus right now that it should be in the rafters today. It probably should have been in the rafters yesterday, and maybe a couple years before that. Liz Kitley is without a doubt the greatest women's basketball player in Virginia Tech history, and it doesn't come close. It doesn't get close at all. Colin, you've been around for a couple years, and we've talked a little bit about like how good Liz Kitley is. What's your favorite memory from Liz Kitley?
Honestly, I don't know if I could truly pick one single moment from Liz, because it seems like she's been dominant every single time I've seen her play. Like, it's, as I've said plenty of times before, you just throw it to her when she's in the paint, and it's basically guaranteed bucket. So, I mean, I think as a whole, it's just been great to be able to watch her play and shine as a Hokie and just watch her dominate all of her competition.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably the best answer, is that she's been so consistently dominant throughout her 5 years, and that's going to be probably the most straightforward answer you're going to get from everybody. Obviously we're all here. We're excited. We're excited to send off our girls. Zach Ellis, you want to hit us with your favorite Liz Kitley memory?
I mean, Colin touched on it. She's been so dominant for so long that it's really hard to think of one moment. But I think the world was really introduced to her. She had that career-high 42 points against Florida Gulf Coast in the tournament game. And I think that was the first time the media really, learned her name. and now you see her consistently putting up 20-point double-doubles. But again, she doesn't like show emotion, as I touched on it earlier. There was a game against Clemson where she like put up a bucket and the girl was talking to her and she just gives her this nasty look, and it was so nice to see that emotion from Liz.
Yeah, it's almost one of those things that's it's surreal to think about having to see Liz Kitley walk away from her regular season career here at Virginia Tech after today. The passionate fan base that is Virginia Tech, it's really rallied around the women's basketball team here in the past couple of years. And like you can see it right now, and obviously the people that are listening right now cannot see it, but the line is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the sun is not fully out, and we can see the moon rising above Pritchard Hall right now. It really just a testament to how much these people love this team. The really cool thing about being able to record outside of Cassell today is that we're able to really bring in other people and talk to students, talk to fans about their favorite stuff about the seniors. I'm here with somebody who's been dying to be on the podcast from the very start, Anna Tate, and she's Anna. We're excited to be able to just get some insight and some emotion from other people. But like Anna, what is something that like what are your feelings going to senior day? Like tell us about like the seniors on the team, and tell us about the program, and tell us like how you're feeling going into that.
I think I can speak for everyone that's a current student at Virginia Tech, but I feel like I have kind of a unique perspective since I kind of saw the development of this program. I think there's a lot of sense of pride going into today, just being proud of all of the seniors and everything that they've done for this program. They've truly made the basketball culture for women's basketball here something special, and I don't think that's going to end anytime soon.
And Anna really gave us a great segue into our next topic of conversation. Just talking about senior day in general, Liz Kitley is going to get the loudest applause because she is the greatest women's basketball player in Virginia Tech history. But there are four total seniors, and every single one of them starts on the team. Every single one of them has played a huge part in this year's success. And we're having to say goodbye to at least three of them that have played a massive part in the rise and the current success of Virginia Tech women's basketball. We have Liz Kitley obviously leaving, Kayla King, her high school teammate, playing her last regular season game in Cassell today. Georgia Amore, the Australian phenom, hopefully not playing her last game in Cassell today, but going through her senior day ceremonies. DeGrowley, you talk about the seniors, and we talked a lot about Liz Kitley already, but like talk about Georgia, talk about Kayla, talk about Olivia Samuel. What are you going to miss most, and like what are you most proud of them, and like for like what they've brought to Virginia Tech?
Well, for starters, we'll start out with Olivia. You come on the Liv train. Complimentary seatbelt because you're not scoring. She's gonna lock you up. It's great watching her play defense. It's so fun. It's underrated. If you have spare time and you turn that film on, she's just locking up people. Georgia, also one of my first games. I think it was Florida State last year. Watched her dump like 7 threes out of the game. It was just electric. Like I feel like I've never seen anything like it before. So she's definitely also one of a kind with Liz. Kayla King, I mean, just let her shoot it from like 40, 50, 70 feet away. I mean, it's going in. It's going in. It's nothing but net. It's money. It's money. It's money. So, I mean, all the seniors played just such a huge role in creating this atmosphere and this culture at Virginia Tech, and that's been one of my favorite things. Is just what's really come with not just the game, but everything off the court that they have built. It's just been so special, and I'm just so grateful to kind of be here and witness it and be a part of it as well. So, Colin, what do you have to add to that?
I think it's just it's gonna be a bummer looking ahead next year, just without Georgia, Kayla, Liz, and even Olivia. She's only been here for a year, but she's made her mark for the team. She's hit clutch shots, but it's gonna be different. It's gonna be hopefully not rough, but possibly a little rough, just because it seems like you could kick it out, and either Kayla or Georgia, they're going to hit that clutch three that you need at that time, and it's just it could be rough, but we'll see. But with that being said, Georgia still has one more year, so we're gonna end with that with me. One more year.
One more year is correct. We're beyond hopeful that we're going to get a couple more, or at least one more year of Georgia. Um, you know, uh, she's the Mount Rushmore in Virginia Tech women's basketball history, and we're hoping that she exercises her right and her option to take a fifth year here at Virginia Tech. Ellis, you're pretty passionate about the seniors on this team. What are you most excited about and most proud about regarding our seniors?
Most proud is probably how far they've grown. I mean, you see, we were in the NIT, I think it was their first year. And then last year we played in the Final Four. And just seeing that growth and development that Coach Kenny Brooks has brought. And the importance of Olivia Samuel, I don't want that to go, underrated. Because I don't know how the crowd's going to react tonight, but she deserves a huge ovation. Because she will always fight on every possession. She fights for every rebound, fights to get steals, and she is arguably the most important player on defense this year. And Kayla King, you love this girl. 5 years of locking people up and draining threes. You love to see it. And Georgia Amor, ending this statement, you got one more year. Let's run it back, baby.
All right. When I think of our seniors, I think they just represent the core of what our women's basketball team represents. Kenny brought them in, and he made it a family. They bring everyone up. You can just see, just from the fans, with even just getting fat heads, is all the seniors are the first fat heads gone. And no disrespect to anyone else, but that's just the level of respect that they command. And they uplift everyone else. You see, they don't showboat. They're not in it for the glory. They bring up all their underclassmen and everyone else. They're great mentors. You can see they're mentoring great young players like Clara Strack. They just represent the core of what Hokies women's basketball is about. Thank you.
I think all of the boys said it best. There aren't enough words in the dictionary to describe how important the seniors are to Virginia Tech women's basketball. Liz Kitley, Georgia Amor, Kayla King have been the glue of Virginia Tech women's basketball for the past 4 years. Olivia Samuel comes from Wake Forest this year, and she's automatically put herself into a massive role, being the kind of the oil that makes the machine work on the glass. And she's you don't see Liv cashing threes, and you don't see Liv putting up a million points on the scoreboard, but she absolutely takes over the game on the glass, and it's just so special to see how our seniors, and how our team in general, but how our seniors have really played a massive impact in the success of this program. It's 6:56 in the morning right now. The sun is just beginning to crest over Stadium Woods, over the Han Hurst practice facility. And we're ready to party it up, celebrate a little, play some music. We're ready to get a little bit excited here in the cold. And so we're about to wrap it up, and we're about to go enjoy the game day festivities. But just something before we end. The seniors, and to everything that has made, or everyone that has made Virginia Tech women's basketball what it is. We're all grateful as fans, because at the end of the day, we cheer for you, and we wouldn't be in the stands without the people that you are and the players that you are. And it's bittersweet, because we're here to celebrate with you guys today. And we're here to honor you and really hype you up, and lead you guys to another win in Cassell. But it's crazy to think that someday we're gonna have to say goodbye to Liz Kitley, and someday we're gonna have to say goodbye to Georgia Amor and Kayla King. We hate that we only had 1 year with Liv, but at the end of the day, that's college athletics, and that's what makes it so special.
And
Georgia Amor.
With that being said, the year's not over. There's still a run to make.
And that's the best part about it. We fully expect that we'll have at least 2 more games here in Cassell. We expect to go on a little bit of run in Greensboro in a couple of weeks, and We're still holding out a lot of hope that at the end of the day, we're going to make a national championship run this year. Georgia Amor, you've heard it a couple of times already on this podcast, but the words cannot get more clear for you, my Aussie friend. One more year. That's going to wrap us up here on Exit Light. But we hope everybody enjoys College Game Day and Senior Day. We hope for wherever you guys are watching from, whether that be here in Blacksburg, in a bar, at PK's or Champs, or wherever you're watching in Blacksburg or in Cassell, or even on your TV at home. We hope you guys enjoy seeing the Cassell Guard, seeing Cassell Coliseum front and center. Thank you guys for tuning into this special episode of Exit Light. We had a lot of fun doing this. It's going to be a fun day. But we'll see you sometime soon down the road when we get back on our normal schedule. But for me, Zach, Colin, and other Zach, and our special guests Lucas and Anna, thank you guys so much for watching.